Good afternoon. Thank you for coming this afternoon. I will give a brief statement and then I will take some questions at the end. My name is Martin Halloran. I'm the president of the San Francisco Police Officers Association. Since 1849, the San Francisco Police Department has been charged with protecting the citizens of this great city. The men and women of this department responded to this call for service, and each of us are sworn to a solemn oath to serve the community. Not for money, not for prestige, but to serve as a first line of defense for every member of our community without regard to race, sexual identity, or socioeconomic status. As someone who has walked in their shoes and served this department in this city, I can tell you firsthand that every officer prays every day that he or she is never forced to discharge their weapon, understanding fully the severe ramifications of such actions on the community and on the officer. In fact, we are vigorously trained to de-escalate dangerous situations and avoid using deadly force at all cost. And our crisis intervention training has become a model for all departments throughout this country. Our policies discourage force, and we prescribe various methods when confronted with situations where control must be exercised to maintain public safety. Our officers are trained using a variety of tactics, including verbal warnings, persuasion, utilizing agents such as pepper spray, department-issued batons, and beanbags to affect and manage dangerous situations. We are trained to strictly adhere to codes and to department procedures like General Order 5.01, which states in part that, quote, "The policy of the San Francisco Police Department is to accomplish the mission as effectively as possible with the highest regard for dignity of all persons and with minimal reliance upon the use of physical force," unquote. It also states that, quote, "Officers are permitted to use whatever force is reasonable and necessary to protect others or themselves," unquote. This has been reaffirmed by the courts in Graham versus Connor. We are trained to follow these codes and departmental orders. We take them extremely seriously. The officer-involved shooting of 2 weeks ago impacts all of us, both within the department and throughout the community. On behalf of my members and our board of directors, who are standing here with me, along with members of the community, we express our deepest sympathies to all of those affected by this tragic event. Taking a human life is the last thing any police officer desires. We try to avoid these situations at all costs. Regrettably, in certain encounters, this is our final option after all forms of non-lethal force have been exhausted. To this end, we have engaged the Police Commission, not once, but twice, asking it to provide additional non-lethal options in the continuum of force. Electronic controlled devices, otherwise referred to as tasers, are widely seen as the safest use of force option for the police. A report by the Justice Department under former Attorney General Eric Holder verified that the use of ECDs can significantly reduce injuries to the suspect. Equipping officers with tasers has become the standard practice throughout the country. Tasers are used in over 100 countries throughout the world, and nearly 2/3 of the agencies in the United States, which this country has over 20,000 law enforcement agencies. Over 700 studies have shown that the device is a safe, more effective technology than other uses of force. In fact, it is estimated that tasers have saved over 150,000 lives to date. In spite of the overwhelming factual evidence, our proposed solution has been twice rejected by individuals who chose to play politics with public safety. And today, I implore our public officials and appointed commissioners to act without further delay. It is tragic that it takes the loss of life to bring us to where we are today. But today, we must ensure that out of this tragedy comes meaningful action to move our city forward. Today, I announce that we are working with the Mayor's Office, the Office of the Chief of Police, and members of the Police Commission to adopt a pilot program that will allow tasers to be used by my members as soon as possible to give them this critical tool to maintain public safety and protect and save lives. We can no longer afford to wait on this. A statement once said, "The police are the public and the public are the police." We agree. These interests belong to all of us. Our officers put themselves in harm's way every day and deserve every possible tool to keep themselves and the public safe. And our community deserves the best from our officers in training, in equipment, and in stature. I ask that together we demand this of our decision makers in city government. I thank you.